Welcome back to First Take. We're coming to you live from above the Chase River deck at Pier 17. Thanks for being with us.
Tampa Bay is heading to the Super Bowl.
It's been a great journey thus far. It's a tough game. The next one will be really tough, too.
The Chiefs Kingdom captures the trophy, and it stays here. Yes!
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Fournette on a 20-yard run. Oh, my goodness. That is game-altering.
Wide receiver screen into the end zone. And the Chiefs have 3 touchdowns in as many drives. How about those Chiefs?
Now home Super Bowl for the first time in NFL history. Anytime you're the first doing something, it's usually a pretty good thing.
See y'all in Tampa. Hashtag Chiefs Kingdom. The king of Chiefs Kingdom right there. Patrick Mahomes tweeting after the win. He's headed to Super Bowl 55 to try to steal the GOAT crown from Tom Brady, who will be playing in his home stadium, the first time that has ever happened. Stephen, excuse me, can Mahomes ever be the GOAT, if Brady wins?
No, I don't think so. Because think about what we said about Aaron Rodgers. We looked at him, and I've been on the record saying he's the greatest talent I've ever seen at the quarterback position. Now, Patrick Mahomes comes along, we might be able to say that.
Yeah.
But in the end, here's what it comes down to. If Tom Brady would have beat Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady would have 7 Super Bowl rings. I don't think any of us think that somebody else is coming along that's going to capture 7 Super Bowl championships. As great as Tyreek Hill is, I don't think that he'll be that great 6 years from now. As great as Travis Kelce is, I don't think he'll be that great 6 years from now. So when I look at it, I'm saying, excuse me, are you going to get 7 rings? Chances are no. But then it would be on your record that a 43-year-old quarterback is the one who beat you. All right? So I think the combination of those two things would prevent us from looking at Patrick Mahomes and saying he's the GOAT. We would ultimately say Brady is, because from a talent perspective, we don't look at Brady and think that he's more talented than Patrick Mahomes. He's more talented than Aaron Rodgers. But we do look at him and say he's the GOAT. Why? Because wherever he goes, he wins. He finds a way to win, galvanize the folks, and get it done in that fashion. I think that's the difference here. That's what I'm talking about here. If Tom Brady would have beat Patrick Mahomes, I don't think Patrick Mahomes will ever be called the GOAT.
The odds would be against it, but let me just say, it's not impossible. The odds are against it even if Mahomes wins, that he'll ever be the GOAT over Brady, only because getting to 10 Super Bowls, you are not promised tomorrow in this life, let alone in the NFL. You know, that's a full contact sport. Getting to playing 10 more years is hard to do, let alone getting to 10 Super Bowls and winning most of them. Because as you said, it'd be 7 if Brady wins. You have to win 6 more. And even if he did that, you start looking for tiebreakers, you go, when Brady was 43, Mahomes had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, and Brady beat him head-to-head. It'd be a big mountain to climb. Could Mahomes climb it? Yes, the answer is yes, he could. Do you realize he started in this league for 3 years? He's now in his 3rd straight Super Bowl. Zubin had it in the morning, a stat in the AFC Championship game. He has 0 interceptions thrown. Like Joe Montana, 13 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in the Super Bowl, 4-0. Patrick Mahomes, no interceptions in the AFC Championship game, and he's already got a Super Bowl ring. You know what his record is in his last 26 games, Stephen A.? Patrick Mahomes is a starter.
25-1.
25-1 against the NFL? Like, if Mahomes loses to Brady, but then let's say in the next half a dozen years, he goes to 3 or 4 more Super Bowls and wins a couple, what we will say, most likely, is the quality of Mahomes' prime was better than the quality of Brady's, even if he never gets him in longevity. Now, I acknowledge the fact that Brady will have beaten him head-to-head, that'd be a lot to overcome. You know what the quickest way to overcome it is? In a rematch. You think the Bucs are going to be a lot worse next year? The Bucs are loaded, and Brady hasn't had a time to practice with them really in the preseason.
Are you sure that if Brady wins the Super Bowl at age 43, he won't look at Giselle and that beautiful family of his and say, I think I've proved my point. It's time for me to walk away. Are you sure that 2 weeks from yesterday might not be the last time we ever see Brady
If he
play?
wins it, storybook ending. I mean,
Max.
talk about going out on top.
If he wins and walks away, Mahomes can't overcome that.
Well, I would say that, you know, I haven't been wrong about a Brady prediction yet.
By the way,
so let me just say, I know you're waiting.
Quarterback he's lost in the playoffs to.
Right. And by the way, Mahomes should have beaten him a couple years ago.
But didn't.
And if not for a pre-snap penalty, Brady ends the game on an interception, and Mahomes never touched the ball again. The point is, because I know people are waiting because I've yet to be wrong on a Brady prediction. So let me tell you what I think is going to happen.
Go ahead.
I don't think Brady retires if he wins.
Neither do I, but it's
I
possible.
think Brady keeps playing. And if he keeps playing, they have a hell of a shot next year, assuming he doesn't fall off the cliff. And Mahomes has a hell of a shot every year. So what the question is, can he ever catch Brady as the GOAT? A lot of things would have to happen if he loses the Super Bowl to Tom Brady, but it's not impossible.
Molly, did you pick up on the fact that Max Kellerman held Aaron Rodgers and some of the things that transpired in the first half against him? But he conveniently ignores how Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City didn't show up in the first half against New England in that AFC Championship game when they basically went scoreless.
I'm so glad you brought that
Did you forget that?
I'm so glad you brought that
I'm just saying.
All I heard was he remembered the clip.
It matters
He
when Max
referenced the
wants
clip
it to
again.
matter,
No.
and he engages his amnesia when he wants to.
Check this out.
Selective memory?
Check this out. If you do when you miss Devontae Adams on 3 consecutive downs in the first half, which should have been a touchdown, and
Patrick Mahomes was scoreless in the first half.
Okay. Then what needs to happen in the second half, if you have daylight and you can run for a score or at least get stopped at the 1, worst case scenario, you stopped at the 1.
That's the first half.
And then I'll tell you something, LaFleur would have gone for it. I'm talking about the second half now, right?
Yes.
Then you're okay with me. Then I can't call it a choke, no matter what the coach does, right? Well, what happened with Mahomes is any bad first half he has, he makes up for it in the second half. That's what I'm saying. I know it's unfair. People are like, it's all gonna boil down to 1 or 2 plays. That's ridiculous. That's the nature of tackle football. There aren't a million chances like in baseball or basketball. So everything that happens is magnified in importance when you talk about big, high leverage moments. Yes, those moments define people's legacies. Yes.
Okay.
All right, we'll see. When they played on November 29th, the Chiefs beat the Bucs by 3. Round 2, can't wait for it. When we come back here on First Take, though, we want to get back to Aaron Rodgers. The Packers falling to the Bucs. Did Matt look so after losing his 4th NFC Championship game? He made news afterwards with comments concerning his future in Green Bay. Take a listen.
A lot of guys' futures that are, uncertain. Myself included. There's a lot of unknowns going into this offseason now. And I'm going to have to take some time away for sure and clear my head and just kind of see what's going on with everything. It's really tough to get to this point, and that makes the finality of it all kind of hit you like a ton of bricks.
You know what I like about him? He's very introspective. Seems grounded, like Dan Orlovsky. Dan, good to see
Thank you, Molly.
firing
Thank
people
you.
up on Get Up all day this morning.